Tumepatana na Mo kwa kiwanja. Nimesema hii vita mimi ndio representative wenyu na Mo ndio wa
Social Media with Mo na represent social media managers.
So we are getting ready for the fight and tune in. This is episode 1 of Walk the Talk, where we walk as we have conversations that will change your life. Finally, I'm with Social Media with Mo. Hi, Mo.
Poa sana. Hi, how are you guys?
Yeah, so we are here. We are having the walk. It's the segment Walk the Talk, where we just talk as we have conversations about everything. So today it's the big war. War ilianguka juzi concerning SMM versus business owners. Mo, I want to ask you the first question. Are we the drama? Are the business people the drama?
Are you the drama?
Yes.
Miss siwezi sema anybody is a drama. So what I feel is that we are suffering from something called a new career in the industry, very young. So we are really not aware, both the social media managers and the business owners, we are still learning how to handle this new industry. That's what I'd say. So sometimes the business owners are the drama, sometimes the SMMs are the drama. Because to be honest, I deal with both of them. And I'll get some cases from business owners about social media managers in my community even. And the war we will have, I'll be like, surely, SMM. And the other time, I will also get complaints from my SMMs about business owners and be like, are you realistic as a business owner? Then I realize that we can't blame each other. I think we need to just understand and take time to study this space and understand as a business owner, what do you look for when you're hiring? And what can the SMM you're hiring do for you? And let me tell you, Vicky, you know, even HRs come to me. Yes. Even HRs are struggling to know how to hire. Business owners will come to me and tell me, Mo, how do I measure performance of a social media manager? Even there's one HR who sent me a whatever JD. And I could tell, by the hata HR, hajui what to look for. Juu amepewa job, atafute social media manager. So it's ni sisi wote. We just have to tell ourselves the truth and we sit down and we understand what does this career look like. Yes. And what are the options for us in the market. Then we know how do you pick what works for you as a business owner, how do you pick what works for you as a social media manager. Yes. This career ilianza majuu, ndio imetufikia. Hasa kuna conflict.
Yes.
There are those who want to do it the American way. There are those who want to do it hata to establish what does the local way look like for us here in Africa. Sure. So no, that's where there's a conflict. Yes. Okay? And then because of the internet, the world has become a very small space. It's a village. So I think that is where the problem is. There's all these SMMs who want to work remotely.
Yes, most of them want to work remotely.
Yes, but you see, it's not something the business community in Africa has adjusted to, especially the small business owners community. Yes. So I think that's where the challenge is.
So I think I'll talk from a business owner perspective. First of all, there's somebody who commented and said that SMMs are wanatu scam, wanatudanganya what they're able to do. But first of all, we need to say the truth about SMMs, and most of them entered this career as a shortcut career. They had this demand and they decided, let me do this. So they had, it's a career you can do at home. I don't think most of them are passionate about what they do. Number one, let me first mention that what healed me recently was realizing there's a difference between a social media manager and social media marketer. And that was when I started becoming so pissed with what my team was doing. And I decided, let me just analyze this thing. And I realized most of them are just managers. So as we are figuring it out, is it a career that most SMMs entered for fun? Is it a career people entered for wamesikia iko na pesa, you can remotely work from home, they are not passionate about this? What do you think? Because you get to train them. Do you think most of them are just not passionate? They're just doing it for the fun?
Well, to be honest, we cannot say that all SMMs who become SMMs are passionate. Most of them are looking for something I can do. Because jobs are hard to come by. I spend 90% of my time on social media. I hear that I can earn being there.
Yes.
I can as well as do it.
Yes.
But the truth is, those who come to my school, which I believe is not all of them, the ones who've managed to come, you get like a light bulb and you're open to the work that goes into being a social media manager. And the first thing we do in the first class, Vicky, I always tell them the best way to thrive in this industry is to look at what are you already skilled at in life.
Yes.
And then I show them these are the different things you can do as a social media manager.
Yes.
We use manager as a general word.
Yes.
But I teach them, you can be a content creator. You can be a strategist. You can be different things. You can offer different services. You can be an ad expert. You can do 3 or 2 things, yes, or 5 or 10 things. Yes. But you need to be able to find what is your service of strength.
That is the point. What is the service of strength?
Exactly.
Yes.
And so that's the first thing we do in my class. Yeah. Because I've come to realize, not even me, me, I was an SMM.
Yes.
And I created this curriculum based on my own experience. Yes. And I realized I'm such a bad manager.
Yes.
But I'm such a good strategist. You get, so I learned on the job. I realized that anytime I am showing up as a social media manager, where my work is to ensure posts are posted, handle the inquiries, I was lacking. Yes. And I was not in my best, because I function better where I'm being creative, where I'm coming up with concepts, where I'm coming up with campaigns. So I did realize that this is a very big industry, yes, with so many services you can offer. Yes. And I always tell them, look within you and find out what are you already skilled at. Yes. Then leverage on your skill set to find your service. And we do it practically. It's called a skill set assessment tests. So we ask them questions like, what are you good at? What do people say you're good at? What is it you can do for free? Yes. Then we teach them, how do you analyze? For example, if people say you're organized, you like things a certain way, you're good in organizing events, you can make a very good manager. Yes. Because such people, you find that wakiambiwa posting time is 3 times a day, 9, 12, and 6. They never miss. Yes. They're very good in planning content calendars. Yeah. They always batch create in advance. So if you are as business owner and your biggest need is, I need somebody who can help me be consistent. Yeah. Content imejaa kwa simu. Yeah. We don't have somebody who can hold us accountable that this content is posted consistently. Yes. You need such a person, yes, who is a pro page manager, because they are consistent, they are organized, they plan in advance. It's in their nature. Yes. Okay? Yes. Then we have the other thing whereby the content you are creating is not working. You're wondering, how can we be creative in our very boring space? Yes. What you need somebody creative. So most of the time, you probably need a content creator, yes, who has some form of strategic mindset. Yes. But you see, if you get this content creator who is strategic, and you expect them to come up with the concepts, shoot they edit, post, and then post consistently, they will drop the ball somewhere. Okay? Yes. So it's now becoming that you have to ask yourself, what's my biggest need? Yes. Hire for that need. Or if you have more than 2, 3 needs, hire differently for all the needs you have. Yes. That is, I think, the thing I've seen. People who are successful, especially business owners, have a business owner who has had 3 SMMs. But they all play different roles. Yes, yes. I think one of the ladies mentioned in the success story that she has 2. 2 she has for posting, and then there's the person for strategy and everything. And that is what has worked for her brand over time. Even for myself, yes, especially for those who run personal brands, yes, it's a bit tricky to have a social media manager, because it's not you are the content. Yes. So you're the one who has the ideas and the concepts. Yes. I mean, you're the one who has the content. Your mind is what people are signing up for. It has been a struggle, to be honest, but what has worked for me as well, I have 4 plus myself, 5 people on my social media. For your personal brand? You see, I have 1. My personal is my business. Yes. So I have 4. Okay. So 1 handles completely LinkedIn, because that's a different space. Yes. I decided to go with somebody who's passionate and who is I am a special LinkedIn manager. Yes. So I recently had her, and so far, I was not on LinkedIn by there. I was just like there for formality. Yeah. Then I realized if I want to build my personal brand, I need to be on LinkedIn. Yeah. And it's been just, I think, maybe this could be the second month. And so far, so good.
Yeah.
For my own personal account, which is my business page as well,
Yes.
our CRM, how we communicate with clients, is 90% through DM.
Yeah.
So DMs are very important to us. We cannot slack on the DMs. So I realized if I have my manager help me with content, post, handle 100 things, we will slack in our responses.
Yeah.
So I got somebody particular who handles my admin, is also the one who handles my customer relation.
Yes.
So they only handle the DMs. Then for my content, brainstorming, coming up with the content, I really struggled to do it by myself because I didn't know how to get someone to think like me. To put,
Yeah.
Trying to get a personal brand SMM is a bit tricky.
Yes.
But finally, I cracked the code because I realized I need to be consistent. So I recently hired a content manager. This is our 3rd month together.
Yeah.
And so for her, she's that organized person who kimwambia toa hii weka hapa every day at 6 a.m. she'll do it. Those people are consistent. They are the people who thrive in a bit routine kind of work.
Yes.
They can repeat the same task every day and wasichoke. So that's her strength.
Yes.
But she's not very creative.
Okay.
You get it? But if you tell her one thing, she will get it and she will redo it over and over again.
Yes.
So she's my content manager simply because I am the creative person. So her work is to ensure that if the content concepts are done by this time, the content calendar is ready and the content is being posted.
Yes.
So she holds me accountable. More, we are lagging behind with this week's content. So for me, I am the writer. I come up with the concepts. I come up with the scripts. So she uses, we shoot content, like we have a lot of content we shot before. When I need to shoot content, I just hire someone for the job, not full time.
Yes.
Someone to come, we shoot content. And so we have a lot of that in our drive. So the content manager takes that content, does the editing and the mixing with the scripts I have, and comes up with a full content, a full piece of content, and then schedules and posts.
Okay.
So we do a lot of scheduling to ensure consistency. So I'm sharing this and I'm being authentic so that I'm also learning and struggling as a business owner.
Yeah.
This is for the first time, Vicky, you know how long, I have posted consistently for 2 weeks, every single day.
Okay.
Because it was a bit difficult to really crack the code, and I realized putting expectation on my SMM who handles my DMs to help with the posting, to help, it was a bit not realistic.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically that. So there's her who handles my inquiries. There's now the content manager. There's myself because I'm part of the team. I do a lot of the work. And now there's the one who handles my LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And funny thing, I thought it's expensive, but if you look at it,
So are they working remotely?
yeah,
Okay.
because I run an online business, so it works for me.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
and but they work remotely, but they put in hours every day to my business.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So basically, that for me has worked, and I can say you have to understand what does your business need.
Yes.
There are some businesses, to be honest, they cannot do with a remote SMM.
Yes.
Some can, they're just afraid to try, or they are getting the wrong person.
Yes.
If you need to work with somebody remote, you need somebody who has work ethic.
That is the word, work ethic.
Yes, kwa sababu this person has to ajitume, amke, aketi, afanye.
Saa mbili ikifika,
Exactly.
amke tu aanze kupost.
Yes.
That is the problem.
And so when it comes to that, I want to hear from you, Vicky. In fact, we have gone back and forth trying to secure SMMs for your businesses.
Yes, for sure.
I'm really excited about this conversation because I want to hear from your end. What does work ethic look like for you? What has been the what has been some of the challenges, so that we can strike a balance as a business owner? How do you spot a good person who has good work ethic, and how do ndio tuweze kujua. I want to be able to help the business owner at the end of this conversation to know how to hire better and know what to look for when interviewing, by understanding what their main need is, and to help the social media manager to be able to know what can I be paid for that I know is going to be of value, because this is my service of strength.
Yes.
Yeah.
So thank you for that question. For me, work ethic. Tumehema, tunatembea. This girl has to walk. She has to go for 10,000 steps, by the way.
The most I've done is 6K.
Yes. So work ethic for me looks like, and this is my challenge. And I remember even my PA told me, can you just stop hiring remotely now? Because SMMs wanakuangusha. Because for me, this is what I consider an SMM with work ethic. Please, have we agreed the working time is 8 to 6 p.m.? Please, I expect you to be online by 8. Exactly sharp. Okay? Have we agreed that the reply time is 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Can I have a reply time of 5 minutes to 10 minutes? Can I see some proactiveness online? Can I see you online? Neza kuona huko? Because what is na feel in a cooler SMMs, they want to do other things. Wanataka waendelee tu kuzurura town. Me, I've had very weird excuses. Ati kwetu hakukuwa na steam. I'm like, there's no restaurant near your home. Ati kwenye wakuja kuwa na steam. Imefika saa 6, you are not online. Ati wifi yangu iko na shida. You know, that is not having work ethic. You should have showed up. They won't show up kwa kazi. You need to figure out how you are going to do things by 8 a.m. if you're working remotely. And that is a very big challenge because you have to keep pushing, you have to keep checking, you have to keep checking every time. So I keep wondering, kazi huyo mtu ni nini? And then huyo mtu umemweka hapo kama SMM, ana work remotely, there is no creativity. And whatever they do, you keep thinking, you know what? This is work the people at the shop can do easily. And you saying that there is let us just go through them again. They say you can have a strategist.
Somebody who is very strategic.
Yes.
They always, somebody who's very strategic, they always have ideas on the go.
Yes.
Like
So
they are very, yes. So a strategic person is a problem solver.
Yes.
Like they know how to, okay, so we are, how do we counter this? We tried to do this, but it didn't work.
Yes.
They're able to come up with, let's explore this. They're able to build campaigns like, okay,
Yes.
we are launching a product.
Yes.
How do we make sure that it does what we want it to do?
Yes.
So they are very creative and problem solving is one of their skill set. Then there's now the content creator who has...
Strategic content creator,
Yeah.
so we are number 2.
So the content creator is a bit more hands-on.
Yes.
But a good content creator will also need to have a creative, strategic mindset. Yes. If at all, they will be the one coming up with the concepts.
So the content creator, is the content creator doing the shooting and the editing?
It depends.
Okay.
For small business owners, most of the times it's more economical if you can find somebody who will do the shooting.
Yes.
And because the content creates the content from scratch,
yes.
coming up with the concept, scripting and shooting and probably editing.
Yes.
Then hands it over to the manager to make sure it is posted.
Yes.
So I feel for a business owner, for companies, they have a videographer, a content director.
Yes.
But as a small business owner, you can get a package of a content creator who does that. The difference between a content creator and a videographer, videographer will come on site and will wait for your direction.
Yes.
What do you want to achieve?
Yes.
You give them your vision, they follow your lead.
Yes.
So in that case, you have to be the creative director if you need to work with a videographer.
Yes.
Videographers follow your lead. Content creators bring a concept to life.
Okay. If I've got a new well Maureen, I want to believe, ideally, a perfect team would have a strategist, a content creator,
Yes.
and a social media manager who does the posting.
Yes.
That is a perfect team.
Yes.
Lakini sasa shida ni moja. Imesemekana hatulipi, hatuna pesa ya kulipa. Somebody said online, what is wrong with business people being stuck at 30K? So, what is the ideal payment for a strategist, a content creator, and also a social media manager?
Okay. Before we talk about pricing, let's clarify. I want us to use your business as an example. Okay. When I heard you speaking, I realized you are hiring a remote worker expecting they will work remotely full time.
Yes. Yes.
You might have found that was not well communicated. So there's remote hybrid and remote full time.
Yes.
Remote full time means I work remotely but I report 8 to 5. Remote hybrid means I work remotely but remote hybrid. No. What do you put it? Let's say remote part-time.
Yes.
I work remotely, but I put in part-time hours through the day.
Yes.
Then there is hybrid. Hybrid means I work remotely and I also show up in person when need arise.
Yes.
For example, let's say I'm a strategist and also the page manager, for example. So I come up for strategy meetings, I attend shoot days, but the posting, the editing, the scheduling, I do it from my house or from wherever I work.
Yes.
So you have to understand as a business, kama sasa we can analyze your business. What is the work that goes into social media on a daily basis? Then from that, I can be able to now use your case study to tell you what kind of social media manager can serve you.
Okay.
Let's try that, we see.
So ideally, let me just say, if in a perfect world, I would definitely want new content every day. I would want them to shoot real-time content. Yani leo asubuhi, whatever is online. So I would have wanted a full-time content creator
Page manager.
and page manager. I don't mind being a strategist when it comes to my businesses.
I like that.
Yes, and also I feel like it's very important for those three sections: a strategist, content creator, and the social media manager. I am thinking right now, I think it's time small business owners, can you at least take one role when it comes to those
High
three?
five. Now you're
Sindio, just take one role. Chukua tu kwa hizo tatu. Take one role. So ideally for me, I would have wanted somebody mwenye atashoot daily because I'm not in the shops daily, and somebody who posts consistently and aggressively. Yani unasikia tu presence ya mtu uko online. That is what I would have wanted. That would have been perfect for me. But what we do is we have a videographer who comes in once per week and they shoot content mpya za the whole week. Yes, so that is what we do. And then we have somebody who posts. They work, two of them work remotely, but one is now on ground. Yes, so for the three businesses, one is now on ground. And I really wanted everyone to be on ground so that I see if we can achieve that posting. So ideally, nipe huyo mtu kazi ya strategist, nimpe content creator, nimpe videographer na nimpe posting. Nafaa nimlipe how much at least?
Okay. Let me analyze it based on how much time they're giving to your business.
Yes.
So when you hire somebody today who is a full-on, who takes up majority of the task, creates contests, is a strategist, which is rare to find.
Yeah.
But let's assume you get somebody who does that. That's a job of like so many people. Realistically speaking, I'd say I highly discourage that. Okay, because that is overworking somebody, and even if they take it up, they are not going to deliver.
Yes.
But if, let me use the example of, let's say you hire a full-time social media manager. That means they report to your work and your work alone, because all day the work they need to do is just fully your business.
Yes.
A full-time social media manager needs to be paid at least anywhere between 800 to 1,000 USD.
Hebu sema na pesa.
Okay. In Kenya shillings, roughly,
Yes.
we talk about, let's say, something between 80 to 100,000 Kenya shillings.
80 to 100 Kenyan shillings.
Now, let me explain why.
Kwa 20k wewe.
Let me explain why. If there's an important role in 2025 in your business, is social media.
For sure.
Vicky, if you are honest,
Yes.
ile pesa inakujanga kwa biashara yako, 90% inatoka wapi?
Kwa social media for sure.
Alafu huyo mtu mwenye ndio anafanya hiyo pesa ikuje, unampe 20,000.
Okay.
You get, eh?
Yes.
They do a lot, especially if it's full time. That means they are playing 3 to 4 roles.
Na wengine mpaka ni receptionist by the way.
Na wanafanya sales.
Yes.
You get, eh?
Yes.
But now the challenge that we have not gotten to where we can respect that career to that level. And that is why you cannot get a full-time SMM in Kenya, Africa today, and offer them 40K, 30K, 35,000,
Yes.
and expect they report to your office in Gong Road. They are coming from Embakasi every single day.
Na
In a
kosi,
month,
ujue.
hiyo
Yes.
salary imeishia kwa barabara, transport.
Yes.
Labda she's a mom.
Yes.
Are you seeing what's happening?
Yeah.
So because of desperation, they might pick the job.
Yeah.
Then after they pick the job, they realize the math is not.
Muffin.
So that is usually then they'll do those some of them will do crazy things, ghost you, disappear, and so that, especially if they've not gone through like the training we teach them, because we paint a picture of the journey before you take it up. I've had people come to my class and I tell them, this is when you decide, is this what you want? And some of them realize, I don't think this is what I want. Then now from there we tell them, then that's the good thing. You could have started something you don't like. Now you know what it takes. If you don't think you can do it, don't proceed. So that's what I'd say. So what we are doing, because, and let me tell you, that 80 to 100,000 Kenya shillings, you can get a very good social media manager. Because if I was a social media manager and I want to make 100K, why should I bother myself with 3 brands to pay me 100K? Yeah, there's one willing to pay me. So I'll commit my time to this one brand, because it's much more flexible to serve one brand and make the money I'm trying to make with several brands. Where are social media managers serving multiple businesses, which is what we are encouraging them. Because besides just the training, one of my visions is to empower them financially. You get? So what I'm doing, I'm teaching them something you can do with your skill. Because, Babu, if you wait for jobs are not hard to come by, and if you can know where we are living, at an 50K, you are struggling. You have 50K, you have rent, you have 2 children. You're still really below what can sustain you in this Nairobi. But, ni job gani utalipwa 50K kama si hata bank wanalipa entry level? Maybe wangukie bank poa. They start with 20, 40, you understand? Before you grow your career to 100K, it takes a long time. As somebody who just started. But this career, you can serve 2 clients and you make your 50K. You can serve 3 to 4 clients and you make your 100,000. So that is the empowerment of our business model. To me, it's a mentorship program, not even a business. That aspect of my business, I consider it mentorship, empowerment, supporting these young people. So that is the reason why when you come to me, sometimes I'll tell you, we don't have full-time SMMs, simply because when they apply for us, so we can check our back end and we can see we don't have experienced full-time SMMs because business owners are not willing to pay that amount that is the right amount. But I have worked with beginners. As long as they have the right attitude and they're willing to learn, sometimes they're the best. Especially if they've gone through a bit of training. You're not teaching them scratch. Maybe somebody who's come from my class, for example, or any other online training, and you can see they understand the basics. Sometimes beginners are best to work with if your budget is low. Like for us, a beginner, if you're getting them for full time, you could pay them anywhere between 40 to 80K, depending on the scope of work. Of course, that range is your negotiating power and the benefits you can offer them. Getting a beginner to be your full-time SMM is easy because they probably have no client. And if you intend to hire and invest in them, you can sign a contract to be an exclusive client for the next 6 months. So that way you know this SMM is committed to your business, you found them with no client, you're compensating them well, and they can serve your business. That's what I usually say. Then, if your portfolio, people are saying their portfolios are fake.
That's true.
Don't hire based on portfolio. Let it be a window to know somebody a bit. Go an extra mile and know them for who they are.
So how are you going to know? Because lazima uhae ndio ujue huyo mtu.
Sometimes, okay, so this is HR training that maybe we need for business owners. But one of the things that has worked for me, and even for business owners who hire from us, that we recommend, try to be clear. You know, if you know what you want, Vicky, you see, like for you, we need to correct that part. You just want to see somebody online. That is not the job. The job is the results they are giving you. So you see, like for you, as long as the job is done, it doesn't matter if they showed up at 8 or they showed up today and skipped tomorrow. As long as the deliverable is executed. Maybe they worked overnight.
They need to be show up more.
Show up how?
They have to be online. How can you not
online? No, it depends. You see, for you, if her role is to answer DMs, that one has to be. But if her role is to create content, She doesn't have to be online, like you must see her online.
Yeah.
She could be doing research. She could be editing a video. She could have edited overnight.
Let me ask you.
Understand?
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering.
Mm-hmm.
When you're talking, I'm just thinking. What, first of all, I need to acknowledge that creativity usually needs your mind to be relaxed. So if you want somebody who's in the creative side, they can't be coming to work hiyo kurandaranda kila wakati. Inafanyanga some sort of struggle. But I'm wondering, would you advise business people to kwa hiyo place ya DMs to pay the people on ground when you're kwa shop? The people in the shops, the sales people, the receptionists, they take up the role because I'm thinking, what about those monotonous work? Those zenye zinakaa monotonous, tupe watu wako kwa ground. Tupatie receptionist wetu, we give the people on sales and everything, and even those posting, and then juu kama budget yangu ni 30k, nitafute mtu wa strategy nimlipe 20k ama content creator 20k akujange once per month. Kama budget yangu ni hiyo.
So I like where you're going. In fact, let me tell you, hiring somebody to handle your DMs is a waste of money.
Yes.
Today.
Okay.
Because we have AI.
Yeah.
You can train your AI to handle your Instagram
But
inquiries, number one.
Told me that more.
Number two.
The issue is one with AI. There's just a personal touch. Mtu akiongea na wewe hapo kwa DM.
I understand.
Kwanza when you're selling something, I feel I don't want to. I want to. Unajua sometimes clients will even ask you random things. Unaona kiatu itakaa poa na mimi. So I keep thinking, I want a personal touch in my DMs. I want a human feeling in my DM.
Okay. You know what is happening here? Your business model relies heavily on the back and forth exchange with the client.
Okay.
So because that's an important part. Just like me. That's why you see, even if I use AI sometimes, I still have somebody there because we don't have a phone number you call. You can either send an email or DM us. So that's why I have somebody who is on standby to do what? To handle my DMs. Plus also my personal brand is attached to my brand. I need somebody who will sound like me.
Yes.
So that people are talking to Mo, they feel like I'm talking to them back.
Yes.
Okay? So that's what you mean. You need to understand your business. So for some businesses, which I have seen, you probably run an e-commerce.
Yeah. Okay.
So whereby people buy from your website, you've automated the majority of the sales process.
Okay.
In that case, which is the smarter way to do business, especially if you're doing retail in big numbers, you can be able to eliminate hiring somebody fully to handle the DMs, and you can automate your DMs to channel people to their website.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
So that's why I said, understand what your biggest important task is in the business.
Okay.
Then let's talk
the most important
task, the one that you want to solve. Then let's talk about, let's say, for example, like one of your businesses that you sell retail that requires back and forth. How does this shoe look on me? Things like that. You have to realize I might be ordering a shoe, takes me 30 minutes to decide. That shoe is one pair. By the time I'm finishing to pay, kwa duka ishauzwa. You understand? So it can cause a bit of like, oh, I'm sorry, that pair has gone. Would you choose another one? Kwa sababu hayuko kwa shop. Exactly. So it becomes a bit of like, now this is a whole customer service representative that you're giving to a social media manager. Realistically in business, it's going to be very, very manual and not effective. So if you have to sell back and forth exchange in the DMs, products that are running and being bought they're being bought through the shop, through DM, and it's a manual process, I'd recommend you let the people in the shop handle it. The sales people. Or have them, the website is different because once it's sold out, it's sold out. The website will automatically update, it's not available. And double selling is it double selling? I don't know what's there. You don't have two people paying for the same thing. Okay? So you have to understand. And then sometimes you find maybe the problem is the business model you have, you cannot afford to sustain it. So you can decide what can I automate so that I can reduce the labor and invest in the people who I have. So you understand what is your business model, where is the ball dropping, should I hire for it? The DM responses, if you hire a remote person to handle it, you're lying to yourself. Because life is happening where they are. It's your business might not be priority in that moment. Just hire remote if at all they don't have to handle real-time responses, client engagement. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Hire remote if they don't have to handle. Okay.
Real-time engagement on your... Because you see, if I'm working remotely, I just need to know. I need 30 minutes every day to engage with this client's page. That is check comments, do all the engaging, like do some social listening, look at do research. What are people doing? What are people saying? You know, maybe that. Post on stories. And then in the afternoon, I spend time planning the calendar, scheduling content, writing captions, which I can do from anywhere I am in the world. But if your business needs customer service, somebody there in the DMs, I think it's better somebody you can control because they report to office. That one sounds better. Or automate it. Or change your model altogether to avoid that part. That's what I'd say.
So if my budget is only 20k or 30k only, what would you advise me? Budget yangu, yani siwezi pita 20,000 ama 30.
Okay.
Nihaye nani, niache nani, nifanye nini, niache nini?
If your budget is 20k, before you even start hiring, you analyze yourself. What skill do you have as a business owner that you can use in social media for your business? Maybe you're a very good strategist. Ukosangi ideas. Your brain always has, you can come up with concepts. You can come up with a plan. You can take up that role. Okay? Then, one of the work that I know business people can struggle with is a posting. Because you need to use your time for better things. Okay? So automatically you need to outsource somebody to do the posting, which nowadays you can schedule. They don't have to post in real time. Then the other thing you must automate is you must outsource is a content creation part. So what you need is somebody who can create content and post. Okay? So some people can say they can do both, but you have to really analyze their personalities. Because everybody can say I can do. But you must understand their personality, do they tick the box of an organized person and creative at the same time? If you can get a balance of the two, you're so lucky because you can hire one person who can do that. But realistically speaking, we are standardizing the rates for a social media manager because we are advocating for them for better pay. So like for example, if you have 20k, in my community that's a beginner. Okay? Who is doing a lot of work. For example, they can do page management and content creation. So you can get a beginner. That's what I'd say. Manage your expectations and go for what you can afford. Hiring a beginner means you're going to be very involved in the process. You cannot just you can't just leave them to do. You have to guide them, not micromanage, but you have to have the meetings, strategize, support them. They may not even have the devices. You have to be able to provide content creation devices. They may not have a proper laptop. You have to be able to provide that. If they're working remotely, you can provide, maybe for security purposes, you can provide a laptop where they can come and edit in your location when they need to do that. So you need to unawapiga je kidogo because they're doing more, but they're not yet at the level where they've invested in some of these resources. Okay? And at the end of the day, I feel like it's also just a responsibility of the brand to offer tools of trade to the social media managers, to be honest. So they don't expect them to have an iPhone to use to create content. Don't expect them to just go and do everything, come up with the concepts and all. You need to do a bit of support, become a team with them, brainstorm together. You might have to make time to review the content, the content plan before they put out the content. And if you get a good person with a good work ethic, mwenye anahitaji hiyo kazi, you find that they will do their work. And some of them even will hold you accountable to review the work before they post. So just look for good work ethic for a beginner and at least a bit of basic experience. Learn, maybe has learned, can shoot a reel and edit, knows how to edit something, and looks like they are organized, they are good planners, that way they can post. So you need to do a good job in picking one person who can do the main important things in your business. And then you do an extra thing. You can even be the content creator. Maybe that's your skill set. So you just hire somebody who helps you. Maybe you run out of ideas. They can bring the strategy and post for you. You shoot and edit.
You know, I'm learning a lot, and I can see also mistakes I've made on the way myself. But one thing that has really stuck on my mind that I've thought is it's a career that we have not started respecting. And I think we need to start respecting this career and giving it the seriousness it deserves. We need to give it the seriousness it deserves. But what I'm requesting from you more, I feel like SMMs should not just say, I can do everything. That is what they are doing on their CVs. I know how to use Canva, I know how to shoot, I know to do Google Ads, I know. Alafu kwa ground maneno inakuwa ngumu. How about a CV that says, you know what, this is where I'm very good at. Nikienda kwa hiyo interview niseme I'm a strategic person, I like doing strategies, nini. Na kwa weaknesses, I include, I am not usually so good with full time ku reply DMs na vitu kama hizo, because when you tell me all those things, when I'm doing my consideration, when I'm hiring you, nitaona ule ako kwa line yangu na what I wanted. You know, there was a day I wanted just to hire somebody who can do Google Ads only. But sikupata mtu aliniuzia tu Google Ads. I just wanted mtu anajua ads peke yake. I didn't care about any other thing. Whatever a person, na labda kuna mtu kwa hiyo interview alikuwa is very good at Google Ads, but they didn't sell that they are good at Google Ads. They said they are good at everything. Yes, so I want to go through the template. I was saying we have to write it down with you, and you just confirm if I'm right. For business owners, the correct template is you can't hire a person to do everything. So you need somebody, you need a strategist, you need a content creator, you need a person who does the posting. You need at least 3 people.
We can call them now the actual manager.
Yes, now the social media managers. You need a minimum of 3 people, okay? If you're a small business owner, if you don't have a budget for the 3 people, can you at least take up a role there? Look at what is the most important need for my business that me as a business owner cannot deliver, and that is what you hire for. Number 2, DMs you don't need to waste time kuandika watu wa DMs. Hata kuna scheduled post. Yes, you don't need to waste money when it comes to that. You need to, there's AI, you can automate so many of those things. Yes? So I think I am on the correct path.
You can also use your salespeople in the team.
Yes. Especially using the salespeople to respond.
Your receptionist.
Yes, your receptionist. Yes. And I'm thinking, how about, because I'm thinking if you pay somebody 20K to 30K and you're meeting them twice or thrice per week, I think that's a good price.
I totally agree. And then also the point that we needed to clarify is before you even hire, you and yourself understand what problem you need them to solve. Don't say, I need somebody who can do everything.
Yes.
Look at all the problems you have in your business in terms of social media and find out, are we struggling with consistent posting? We have the content sorted, the strategies, so we just need somebody who can make sure we are consistent in posting. Or is it that we need somebody, our DMs are overwhelmed, we are lacking somebody to follow up on our inquiries? Or is it that our pages, the content we are putting out needs help? We need somebody with creative ideas. We tunapanda ile mlima. I'm dead, guys.
Let me show.
So you have to determine what is your biggest headache. And if you have 3 headaches, you ask yourself, do I have the budget to pay for all those headaches to be taken away? Or are there some headaches I can handle myself and then others that I can pay for? Okay, you have to tell yourself like that. Then the other thing you have to ask yourself, how much time do I have? Because you see, if you don't have time at all, you cannot take up any role. You have to fully delegate. You have to just first of all, look within. And then there are some business owners who have no business hiring a social media manager. Their businesses are not where they need even to outsource a manager. There are times you might have to be the manager. So you have to tell yourself the truth. You know, you might be trying to hire a social media manager. You want to pay them 3K or 5,000, but realistically speaking, you just don't have the budget, or you have not allocated funds right. You know, even in business, you find a business, somebody will want to start a business, they'll put money to buy the products, but they'll not put money for marketing. They'll even pay rent for 6 months. But when it comes to marketing, they don't even have 10K. So I think also sometimes as businesses, we need to know what is the most important part to invest in our business. Because if you have the business and you don't have the market, then it doesn't make sense where you're running the business. So you have to tell yourself the truth. There are seasons when you might have to do the job yourself. But then again, also give yourself timelines. Like in the next 3 months, I want to be able to afford a social media manager. That's for the small ones starting out. And actually, I'm doing a business owners workshop, which I think would be very beneficial even for those who are doing it by themselves, and even for those who are outsourcing, for you to even understand some things. Sometimes we are so clueless, we don't know what to expect from our social media managers. So sometimes being a bit more informed can help. Do you know there are social media managers who are very skilled at dealing with influencers? That's a service. You know, there are social media managers who are really good with planning events and dealing with people, that they can do very good campaigns for brand collaboration. They can tell you, Vicky, I know the brand we can collaborate with. They're very good in coming up with campaigns. But if you're not aware about all these different ways of marketing, you're not able to even source for people who can offer those kind of things for you. You get it?
That was so good. You know, I feel like I'm really learning, and the conversations are very important. I feel like most SMMs oversell themselves. You know, wanasema, you know what, because I feel like there are business people who don't mind putting in the money. Lakini wanasema, in the next nini you'll have this, in the next nini you'll have this, in the next nini you'll have this, and then we get so disappointed. So are you guys overselling yourselves and then putting very high expectation? When we put high expectations on you, you're like, walikuwa nataka overnight tukue na many followers.
Now, I like that question, and I want you, if you're a social media manager, listen carefully. It's very easy to get clients. Maintaining one is the hardest part. You have to ask yourself, do I just want a client, or do I want a client who can be with me a month to another to another? It doesn't make business sense when you overpromise, then you underdeliver. Some of them, to be honest, it's out of desperation that they will create this mind of what they can achieve. If a social media manager is telling you that we can get you 10,000 followers in 3 months, that is a red flag. There is no way you can predict an exact number of following. Again, you have to consider, depending on the kind of growth you want, you have to be thinking about proportionate to investment. If you are starting from zero and you want 10K followers in 3 months, which I don't think is a good idea to pursue followers, you have to consider you can't get those followers organically. You can, but it's not guarantee. Are you going to pump money in ads? Are you working with influencers? Are you going to focus on brand awareness campaigns? So this means the business owner has to invest a lot of money. So you have to manage expectation. And don't promise a client a solution to a problem they don't have. Listen to the client. I teach them, your first meeting before they even hire you is to understand what is their problem. Vicky said, we want to double our sales. Our sales are low. Focus all your effort into sales strategies. Mlima ndio hiyo.
Ndio hiyo. Ndio mlima. Ndio mlima. Ndio mlima.
Ndio mlima nayo.
Ndio mlima.
But I love this. This is really great. So don't be too desperate to think that the more things I can say I can do, the more chances I can get hired. Be very honest. When I was an SMM, I could not be able to avail myself in person. Number one. Yet I was booked out. There are things I never used to do. And I was clear from the start. I only used to handle 2 accounts, Instagram and Facebook. And Facebook I had to cross-post. So if you want other platforms, Twitter, what, I'd say I don't offer that. People respect that. Okay? And if a client is not for you, it's not for you. You'll get your perfect person. So don't overpromise. In fact, Under promise, over deliver. That's the secret.
Yes. And a promise over deliver. What is a red flag when you're looking for a social media manager, a strategic, or a content? So, for example, I decide I'm hiring. What is one red flag? Utasema, ukiona huyu anafanya hivi, it's time to let go of that person.
The red flag, when you're hiring, you can tell somebody's work ethic from booking the meeting with them. I usually say, don't waste your time physical meeting with somebody you don't know. Meet them online first.
Yes.
Because you can waste your whole day to meet somebody who, even just the way you see them, you just realize this one can't fit in our brand.
Yeah.
So start with like a virtual call. Nowadays we do Zoom and all that. Observe. Do they keep time? You can't join the meeting and be waiting for them to add you.
Yes.
They need to be there 10 minutes before you.
Yes.
Do they put their camera on?
Yeah.
Okay? Listen to how they sound. Do they sound confident? In what? Not necessarily in what they are. Do they be looking for? Do they know their stuff? And sometimes, you as a business owner, when you're not knowledgeable about social media, it works against you.
Yes.
That's why you need to invest in knowing the field, so that you're able to know what to expect.
Yeah.
For example, is the social media manager interested to know your biggest problem?
Yeah.
And are they sharing as if they know how to solve that problem?
Yes.
For example, let's say you have an interview or a meeting, depending on how you want to call them, and you tell them, my biggest problem is sales. And they hear you out. When they are speaking, when it's the time for the social media manager to speak, do they start telling you, I went through Social Media with Moe class, I'm certified, I've worked for this brand and this brand? Do they start showing you their accolades, or do they actually show you their mind? When you hear somebody talking about accolades, that's a red flag. They want to make you think they are qualified. Qualification is basically, can they express the solution?
Yeah.
Okay. If I was in a meeting with somebody, I'm telling them my problem is sales, and I hear them telling me, actually, when it comes to sales, they've even audited my page. They can see where we are going wrong, and they can tell me, I've seen this is what you've been doing, but if you want to sell, you want to try and move away from too many trends and focus more on content that attends to people's frustrations and desire. You see, now they are giving us not like the full strategy, but an insight to their mind. You're able to see, this person knows what they're talking about.
Yes.
So try to look for, are they knowledgeable?
Yeah.
No, it's not jargon. Somebody using jargons is not the solution. Okay? When they start saying, we have to look at the metrics, do the analytics, forget all those things. Think about, do they understand what they can bring to help you? Sometimes ask, with our sales problem, what are some of the things you can do if you came on board?
Yeah.
Hear what they will say. Okay? Now the problem is that social media managers are afraid, because I've had cases where a business owner will use an interview to pick the brain. Then they'll pick the strategies and go and implement.
Okay.
So they get so frustrated, and you see a social media manager will try to be guarded, not to give out too much, because it's for free. Some of them will give interviews and tell you, go create for me a 1-month content plan. Content for a whole month.
Interview.
So you'll give away the entire content, and the client will ghost you, they didn't pay you. You get. So peer, there's also the challenge where the business people are taking advantage of the social media managers. As a social media manager, when a client asks you to do something unrealistic like that, please decline respectfully.
Yes.
Asking you to create a video and edit makes sense, because it's one. And it doesn't necessarily have to be for their product. It can be something that can show what they're looking for. Yeah. I saw Joanna K do some interviews, and she told them to create something, a case study, or come up with something that is just to show your strength. So if you're hiring a content creator, make sure your interview requires them to showcase something, because the portfolio can have a video they didn't edit.
Yes.
So give them a scenario that is unique and have them create content around that. Okay? Yeah. You can even get, if you don't have the idea, get an inspiration of what you want to achieve, then tell them to replicate it with your brand in mind. Send them up your product.
Yes.
Let them use your product to create something. Then give them, like, maybe how long will it take you? They tell you 2 days, give them 3 days to deliver. Yeah. So you interview and qualify them based on that. Yeah. If you're hiring somebody who's a page manager and you need your content to be consistent, find out, are they informed? Yeah. Ask them, show me an insight into one of your clients, one of the content, have they created a content calendar before?
Yeah.
Look at content calendars they created.
Yes.
Ask them, what tools do you use for content calendar? Are they using just a document and WhatsApp? You know, those funny platforms that don't make sense.
So that means also you as a business owner, you have to be very informed.
You have to be informed about
Yeah.
if you're hiring somebody who needs to manage your page, what tools are they using for making that efficient? Because, you know, I'll wake up sick tomorrow. Now, will I not post? Tomorrow I can just wake up and there's no Wi-Fi. So if I don't have a system that allows me to post, or I'm not creative, you see, if I'm relying on what I post, what I create today and post, it now becomes, did you post versus what is the quality of the content? So you have to ask yourself, am I hiring a content creator good? If it's a strategist, give them a scenario or ask them, let's say, for example, we have these dresses that we want to launch, for example. Can you create a scenario of like a strategy we can implement to make sure that we want to launch and in 1 week we want to sell out?
Yes.
We have 100 pieces. What is one? Give us one strategy you could implement if you came to our business. If a business owner decides to run away with one strategy, they can just use it. Okay, but don't give a whole plan of every single day. And as a business owner, you can get insight into that, you know? And how do you know their strategy can work if you're not knowledgeable? So invest in understanding this industry, to be honest. Because that's the only way you can be able to know if what they are saying can work. You might not know everything, but there's a way somebody can talk. Based on the little things you know, you can tell, okay, that's new. That's something I have not heard before. That sounds like something we've not tried, we could explore. You can know a good idea. Yeah. So let your interviews be a bit practical. Okay? Then, business owners, to be honest, we've had many cases where they don't pay.
Mshahara.
You hire someone for a whole month. At the end of... No, I'm telling you the reality.
For sure.
The cases are many.
Yeah.
Many cases. So, you find that you hire a social media manager. At the end of the month, you say, we only gained 50 followers. Ukufanya kazi. But this person put their time. They came and shot call. And you know, by 2 weeks, you can know. Esabia mtu siku, release them. Okay? Then usually there's no clarity on what is your expectation. So you are looking for followers, well, me, I'm focusing on a campaign for launching your new product. So because of that, if you're not hiring and employing full-time as an employee, with full-time employee benefits, you're outsourcing me as a service provider, as a freelancer, as a consultant for your business as social media manager, where I'm running my own consultancy business and I'm offering my SMM services to you. Usually we are requesting for payment upfront before the service, especially for the first month. Let's say you are hiring me for September and it's 25th of August. Between how I used to do it, I'll send you a contract. When you pay, that money starts counting from September. So I'll use these few days to plan. The money you pay will cover September. The next money you'll pay me will be the next month on the 5th. Then make sure the contracts you sign cover you as a business owner and cover them. You understand? Yeah. And by 2 weeks, you can tell kama pesa yako itakunywa maji. You get, Then have a plan. The contract should say what happens if by 2 weeks I realize that you're not doing what you're supposed to do.
But 2 weeks I feel is a very small time, to be honest.
No, you can tell work ethic, communication. In 2 weeks you can tell, are they organized? You know, you can be able to tell.
Results in terms of social media.
3 months. But even first month you can start to see
a few things.
Like this content did better than another one. You know, you can start to see, but actual tangible result, we want to grow following, or we want to double our sales from Instagram. You realize maybe we get 5 sales a week, we wanted to get to 10. By month 2 into month 3, you should be now at 7 sales from 5. You should see progression in your goal. If there's no progression, then that could be. But month 1 is a bit unrealistic. Because month 1, they are learning your brand, you know, and things like that.
So between an agency and an individual, what is the advantages and disadvantages of an agency? What is the advantages and disadvantages of an individual? And at what point do you feel like a business would rather have an agency or would rather have an individual to work on specific things like strategy and content creation?
Okay. I feel like at the point where you want to bring on board an agency is where your business is grown to whereby you cannot, in your capacity, be involved in social media.
Okay.
You get it? Even if you want, haiwezi.
Kazi imekuwa kubwa.
Yes, you cannot operate at that level.
Yes.
So you want to be able to completely outsource.
Yes.
That's what I'd say. Then agencies come with big budgets as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They do things in large scale.
Yeah.
The kind of campaigns and launch. They're doing a launch event for you, my friend. It's not child's play.
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
Then it's a big team working on your brand.
Okay.
The good thing with agencies, things are done to a level of professionalism. Some things as simple as font, brand identity is very clear.
Yeah.
You're dealing with professionals at the job.
Yes.
But from my experience, from what I'm seeing, I've seen some individual social media managers do better jobs than agencies, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yet they are more pocket friendly to a business owner.
Yes.
There are some agencies that are still in the era of doing posters for your socials.
Yeah.
You can tell when you look at the corporates.
Yes.
Some corporate brands are picking up because some agencies are really putting in the effort in changing how social media is done by agencies.
Yes.
But so basically for agency, that is when you're scaling to where you must outsource your entire social media. Okay?
Yeah.
And Vicky, kuna mali utafika. There's some advantages an agency has in terms of even PR and exposure of your brand to levels your SMM cannot give you.
Yeah.
Okay? So that's what I'd say. I think that's it. Sometimes it's for agencies scaling, then also there are different levels of agencies.
Okay.
There are small scale and a bit premium agencies. There are some social media managers who are coming together and building their own agencies where you have the operate as a team of 3. I'd highly recommend.
That's nice. That's
because
really
you see, you find a strategist, a creator. So actually,
it becomes a power team.
It becomes a power team.
Yeah.
So you can go for those ones. For those kind of SMMs, it might even work to your advantage because now you don't have to hire 3 independent people.
Yes.
You hire a team.
Yeah.
And I know several like that exist. If you are interested, you can reach out to me.
Yeah.
And I can link you directly to them.
Okay.
And they're doing amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think that's the future for social media.
Okay.
SMMs building mini agencies within themselves.
As teams.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the things that we also encourage in our community. Community allows for them to partner together.
Yeah.
I can get a client who needs something I don't offer, and I can get somebody who can do that in the community, and we partner in it to give the client the results.
Wanafanya hivyo.
Wanafanyanga.
Because mimi nisema, okay, I can do strategy, I can do content creation, I can do
but I have somebody in our community who can do A, B, C, and D.
Ama I can do all of them. Alafu mimi nilipe mabeste wangu.
Now that's what usually they do. That's why you might not, it's not so loud. That's what they usually do. You find that they have rates within themselves.
Yes.
For example, our ad specialist, not many people can run ads, especially the beginners.
Yes.
But the job requires them to run ads. So what they do, they charge for the ads, then they wanalipana.
Okay.
So they bring the ad person
as
a team member.
Yeah.
So we are trying to encourage that within themselves because together you can be stronger than alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about one thing because this I've experienced.
Yeah.
So you get an SMM, amekuwa akifanya kazi poa, kazi safi, no kupushiwa. Alafu ni kama anaanza kughost. Pole it's like that person doesn't want to do the work anymore and you just feel like this one has gotten another brand to work with because now they have slowed down in your business. What is that, by the way? Inakuanga nini? Because they were doing a good job. 3 months, 4 months. It's like they have ghosted you.
I think this happens across all industries, even in normal job opportunities. If you find that your SMM, in this case, you're talking about social media managers, is an asset to you, Vicky, and you realize that they're slipping away, I feel like it's how you can salvage it is invest in relation, just the way you treat your other employees. So you invest in knowing their welfare, things like that. Invest in being part of their life beyond what they do for you. You will know what's happening around. If you notice something like that, call them and have a conversation. Okay? It's not a bad thing, especially if you didn't hire them full time. Of course, they are bound to get other clients. When you talk to them and hear what is happening, if you realize that they got a better offer, and this person is an asset, if you feel...
They don't say, wanasemanga, okay, I'll improve, because they also want to keep you.
I think that also is a communication issue.
Yes.
When you had SMM, was there an expectation that they will only serve your business?
No.
Was it clear that they actually take other clients?
Yes, they can take others. So
no, if they can take other clients, then why are they not communicating that with you?
Yes.
So sometimes I feel like it's a communication issue. Number one, you can call it out, and just try to find out what is happening. Sometimes they might, like, let me give you a practical example. There's an SMM who had a client was paying her 40K, but remote, hybrid. She goes shoot content, edits, posts, and all that. She did the job when the client came because she had no other client. But what she was offering the client is not her strength. Like, she was just mostly in content and editing, but the posting, she was doing it because it comes with the job. Yes. Which sometimes you just have to take up because that's what is available. Yes. So once she started getting more clients on content creation that she enjoys, she started to feel like she's not enjoying this other client. Wow. So she came to me, and that's the power of the community we have. She came to me and she told me what is happening. I told her, you cannot ghost a client and you cannot keep acting like that because it hurts the business. You must make a decision. Yeah. Do you want to continue with this client or not? Yes. If you don't want, you have to communicate and give them a notice, and never leave a client kwa mata. Yeah. So usually in our community we recommend, if you have to transition, at least if you can get somebody and onboard them on behalf. Ask the client, would you want me to help you source another person? I can train before I leave. So that helps with the transition, because again, growth happens. Sometimes you can just outgrow a brand. Yeah. Then also, for social media managers, let me speak in Kiswahili, usivumilie. You cannot vumilia too long. Communicate. Like for her, she had a problem of micromanagement. But she kept quiet because she had no option. Yeah. But when options came, you see now, resentment will form up. Yeah. You start to show that attitude towards the client. Yeah. So I usually say, if you find a client who is not giving you the space to breathe or to be what you want, communicate in advance so that you can bridge the gap. And if you grow and you find that you want to terminate the contract, don't ghost, don't start giving the client half work, like what you're saying, like all of a sudden they're not giving your business all the best. Yeah. You know what you're doing, you're going to burn a bridge. But you see, I have clients who I was an SMM to, but because of how I made sure our relationship did not end in the wrong foot, people grow. Yes. They have hired from my community till today. Yes. So sometimes you just need to try your best and see, I don't feel like working with this job anymore because I think I have a better deal. Yeah. Communicate to Vicky. Send her a message, call her for coffee. Tell her it's been real for the last 4 months. Yeah. I feel like I'm a bit worn out, or I feel like I need to progress, or I got an opportunity that I feel is serving me in how I want. Yeah. I like to transition. In this 1 month left, maybe depending on the termination contract, what's the notice period you've given each other? Yeah. Maybe it's 2 months, maybe it's 1 month. How can I support you so that when I leave, you transition well? Yeah. Then Vicky can say, do you know somebody? Yes. Or Vicky can say, I have somebody, I'll bring her, you train her. Yeah. So that the onboarding is done by the SMM.
Yeah.
So I think communication is everything. And then you cannot hold people. I heard you teaching us about hiring. And you told us to see this is what you told us about. Usibebe mtu.
Nilisema, it's like a boyfriend. You can always get a new one.
That's the thing. So the same thing, you see, with that kind of attitude, as a business owner, be expectant. Somebody will serve you well for 3 months and want to leave. Yeah. Let me tell you, even in our community, we encourage them to do short-term contracts. Yeah. Because after 3, you see, when I come in, I want to be paid 50K, but Vicky is offering 35. In the moment, I need the 35, but I feel it's not sustainable. Yeah. So I'll tell Vicky, okay, for these 3 months, I'll do 35. After the 3 months, we review.
Yes, okay.
So when you have your meeting, I'll tell you, do you want to proceed? Yes. Will you top up to my 50? Or do we achana? Yes. It's just part of how business is done. And for me, why I encourage them to do that is because I am supporting them to get to where? 100K a month. Yeah. And with your 20K, they can't reach there because they'll have to serve 5 clients. That's too much for them.
That's too much.
Yeah. So I think it's just communicating and managing expectation. Yeah. So social media managers, stop ghosting your clients. Yeah. Treat them like a business partner. If you treat your business, that's what I usually say. If you work with a with a business owner as an employee, usually kuna kwanga na hizo, you ghost them, you do funny things. But if I take Vicky as a business partner, I'm partnering with her to help build her brand. You find that even our relationship is better. Yeah. I'm able to express to Vicky my fears or my challenges, and Vicky is able to share with me her deepest concerns about her brand. And I'm able to say, you know what, I'll help you achieve your brand goals. So I feel like that kind of partnership is best, especially if you're working as a freelancer or a service provider. But if you've decided I want to go get a job, be employed as a social media, that's a totally different case. Even the terms of work are different. Even the benefits that Vicky will give me as an employee versus a outside person are totally different. Yeah. So you have to decide, what kind of social media manager do I want to be? Do I want to go get employed in a company to be the social media manager, which is rare. Nowadays, nobody is hiring exclusive for SMM because we've not gotten there where they can pay you just for SMM. Yeah. They want you to do, they want to do several things and... So anyway, but we are going to get there. Yeah, so that's what I'd say. So try to communicate better. And if as a business owner, you identify an SMM is behaving like, how come they're not giving my work as much attention? What you told us on your stories the other day. Don't rely on that hope. Confront it there and then and have a conversation. If they're not willing to open up what the problem is, just start moving on. Because you cannot be suffering for another 2-3 months hoping they are going to change. Yeah.
Well, this was so much fun.
It was so much fun.
Yeah. Umegonga steps ngapi?
I think 10,000 tumefikisha?
Yes, we've fikisha 10,000.
Yes, exactly. And I'm so excited. Thank you for inviting me.